sort of what does Shane see from his seat at Skillway about what's going on in the world. So here's my question. How do sales teams set themselves apart when the competition's hot?
Yeah, yeah. It is sometimes it's just as simple as doing the things that others are not, you know?
Mm,
So, I mentioned handwritten notes. That sounds like really easy, but we're really big on like build a system around that. Have a spot on your desk where like here's your note cards and your stamps and your whatever, and get yourself into that habit. When you have a good meeting with somebody, whether it's on the phone or it's whatever, like drop them a note. It stands out. Um, you know, we only teach relationship based sales. So,
okay.
we don't work with big call centers, or if somebody's doing like a one off hard sell transaction, timeshares or something, so we're all about building relationships and just being there. Um, and so it's meeting them where they are. It's just thinking about everything as a consultation. It's like, I've got some services. Maybe you need them. If you don't, that's fine too. And
Hmm.
talking through those things and saying, like, let me just educate you on what I have. Let me learn and be curious about what you have. Maybe there's a fit here. If not, maybe you know someone and you can be the hero telling them about, me, because they've got a need. That's great too. Just sort of consistently showing up and being there, and thinking a little bit extra. And if you're having a hard time meeting someone, who do you know that knows them, who can make an actual real, connection and introduction? So we do a lot around teaching salespeople to build their own referral networks too.
Mm.
Who are those folks? Who else works with my ideal client? Different kind of vendors, maybe different kind of industries that I can build a relationship with, and we can sort of help each other. And I can feed you some leads, people that I work with that might need your services. You can lean back over here to me. We work with marketing and agencies a lot, and I'm sure I know you're in that world, and
Hmm.
it's if you're in that world, you've had the scenario where you're like, you got a client and they're like, man, we're going to cut back. I'm not sure if I'm seeing the ROI. And you're over here looking at the data going like, I'm sending you all these amazing leads. Like,
Yeah.
what are you doing? You're not calling them. You're not following up. You're not doing whatever. And so that's one of those. It's like, hey, you get to that spot, then we've got the marketing thing set. Now it's really back on the sales is where the ball's getting dropped. And how do you find these like, you know, symbiotic relationships with people outside your company that can get
That's
you some
really
stuff.
great. Yeah, what I'm hearing is a focus on two things, process and relationships. And so that seems to be sort of a yin and yang of the human factor, but also the consistency, the discipline. And you're talking about not just getting a yes or no out of people, but establishing a relationship and saying, "Hey, this doesn't look like." Even I know for us sometimes we'll say, "Hey, I don't think this is a good. I don't think we're a good fit for you." We had one this week, young man. He's a musician and he's ready to go, but it's not a good fit for what GoEpps does. We're working in healthcare, commercial and residential trades, technology services, companies that are established and have a marketing budget. This is somebody who's, new to Nashville, figuring it out, but we were able to point him over to our friends at home, the artist startup group in
Mm.
Nashville, and make a personal connection there. And so that was just like a way to add value. So I like what you said because it resonates with our philosophy, and we kind of sum it up under add value with every interaction, whether it's to us or to somebody else. And that really falls back on just what's the process that's very stable and consistent, and then what's the relationship engine, and how are you capturing and creating value for people. So yeah, even just looking for things that we can do for people every time we get on the phone. That's kind of our MO, and so that kind of matches up with how you answered that. I think that was really great.
Yeah, I think that's what we strive for here. Like, I want people to think, hey, even if it's completely outside of the box, and they're like, I bet I need a guy who does whatever. I bet Shane knows somebody, like, and if you can be that person for somebody, that's just building up that trust, the know and the like and the trust and whatever. And it'll all come around. If you focus on just trying to serve people and help people, like the business will come, you know.
That's great. So